Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are, big day from Mad Rock 1025. We've got Alan Fremont from 97.5 KLAK and Zach Grantham from 93.1 Katy Country. We are here to talk about our 2021 City Credit Union Share the Warmth donation drive. And we've also got our partners, the Texoma Family Shelter. So let's start talking about this. Now, Zach, you're the guru of the donation drive, so you start us off.
Well, guru is a very strong word, Dave. As you know, very well. You're my safety net to make sure I don't mess anything up. But yeah, so excited about this year. You know, last year we had to switch up the Share the Warmth code drive that we normally do. We've been doing for the last several years, and last year it worked out so well because, as you know, Alan and Dave, the two most requested items are socks and blankets. So we just decided, because of COVID and having to, switch things up last year, that basically we want folks to send us some money. Okay. We want you to donate some money.
No, not send us money.
Not us. Yeah. Don't send us.
No. Yeah. No.
Don't do it to us. You know what I'm trying to say, though? Like, it's up on our website. You make a donation, and through the Texoma Family Shelter, what we're going to do is we're going to get new blankets and socks, so that way we can do the drive-through distribution. Yeah, don't send us money.
No.
You definitely want to do that. But, yeah, we would love for you to make a donation to the Share the Warmth donation drive, so that way we can get blankets and socks for sure. And last year, it just went so well that this year, you're like, you know what? This is what we're going to do again. And so we just are asking folks to make a donation up on our website, so that way we can do this. And then, of course, Angela Sharp and everyone over at the Texoma Family Shelter, absolutely just wonderful. They have a team of folks that go out and purchase these items, and then we have the drive-through distribution event in November. So it's just a wonderful time. And, of course, unfortunately, we do have, Alan, as you know, we do have a lot of folks here in the Southern Oklahoma, North Texas area that are trying to figure out a way to stay warm during the wintertime.
Yeah, the weather's definitely changing. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but when you get up in the morning, maybe you got a dog, you let the dog out, and you're like, oh, it's 40-something degrees out there, right?
Yeah.
Well, there are people who are spending the night out and all this kind of stuff. And, blankets and socks is a big deal. Like you said, actually 1 and 2 requested items. And what I love about the donations, not sending us money, of course, is that you go over to our website. I do love that you can, there's a form online. You can text, which is so easy to do, right? I mean, so there's just different ways that you can give this, this year. And again, I'm excited about it. And I love that we've partnered up with City Credit Union. I love it.
Yeah, and speaking of City Credit Union, we've got the one, the only Sharon Moore from City Credit Union with us. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
All right, so you should have seen the look on her.
You know about me and a live microphone, right? So
yeah, that's
keep it nice.
Whenever Zach said send us money, you should have seen the look on her face. She's like, "What? We're sending them? No. That's not. I had to correct that." You are donating money through an official website. It's a givebutter.com. It's one of those fundraising platforms, and the money goes directly, not to us, goes directly to the Texoma Family Shelter.
Wow, I messed something up. That never happens.
Yeah, that's odd.
Because now, and the reason I say that is just because everybody's thinking, I'm not giving Zach money. No. It's all about helping our neighbors in need. And, what we've talked about this year, and Zach brought it up, it worked so well last year because, as we've mentioned, the 2 most requested items from senior citizen organizations, veterans organizations, homeless shelters are blankets and socks. And so we sort of transitioned during the whole COVID thing to be able to do these 2 items. And we can't take used items anymore. Yes, that is very true. Zach Grantham, unprofessional radio guy. Yeah. Zach Elizabeth Grantham. But talking about getting these 2 items to as many people as we can. And we can't accept, like our coat drive, we used to accept used coats, but we can't use the used stuff anymore. We have to buy brand new items now to be able to give those out because of COVID, because of restrictions, because of all that stuff, right? So this worked out perfectly. Now, what we didn't know last year when we were doing this was that chaotic mess we were going to have in February when that storm came through and people for days were without electricity, without heat, all of that stuff. And so all I could think about was all these blankets and all these socks that were donated went to those families, which helped them stay warm. Who knew that we were going to need it? And so something like that could happen again. We don't want it to, obviously, to have to deal with that. But that's why things like this are so important, because who knows when something like that's going to happen. So we ask people to make donations, monetary donations, so that we can then buy. And actually, we don't buy them. Our friends at the Texoma Family Shelter, they actually go out and buy as many as they can of the blankets and socks. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody involved.
Couldn't have said it better.
So, Zach, let's talk about the ways to donate, not to us, but to Give Butter.
All right. I understand. I messed that up at the very beginning.
Right.
Yeah. So there are several ways that
Here's
you
one.
could donate up on our websites. Of course, you can text the code right there. Look at that. STW 2021. It's almost like we did that on purpose, Sharon. You know what I'm saying? Like the
STW 2021.
Imagine
share
that.
share the warmth, and then we're in 2021. So STW 2021, and of course the number's right there, 202-858-1233, and that's where you can get the donation link. There are some other ways that you can donate. Of course, you can visit the 2021 Share the Warmth donation site. That's givebutter.com/Share the Warmth 2021. Of course, this link and the ways you can donate are also up on our 3 radio station websites as well. And then the third way that you're able to donate, you can use the embedded Give Butter form on the Katy Country, KLAK, and Mad Rock website. So when you do go to one of the websites, you will see everything we just listed right there. We actually have some predetermined amounts, donation amounts that you can choose, like $10, $25, $50, $100, $250, or $500 if you get your business involved and y'all all throw in some money. But you don't have to use those amounts. You can also, in the other area there, you can put in whatever you want, whether it's $5, even $1, just something we'll be able to help out our community. Of course, payment types accepted by Give Butter, debit and credit cards, PayPal, Venmo, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Microsoft Pay. So make it very easy for you to donate. So Sharon, I know that City Credit Union is, they're all about the community. I mean, you talk about it in your radio spots that we hear all the time, especially on Katy Country and the morning show. I get to talk about you a lot, Sharon, because you sponsor the Katy Country AM show. But I know that y'all were on board once again and doing this with us because you truly just, you absolutely, not only do you talk to talk, but you walk the walk over at City Credit Union.
Right. So in, I'm trying to remember, 2017, City Credit Union celebrated our 75th anniversary, our birthday. We'd been around for 75 years. And we said, okay, what can we do? Financial education's been a big cornerstone for about 15 years here. And it was really random how it came up that we would start really doing random acts of kindness. And we started it as the theme for that year, and we're 4 years later and still doing it. And it's probably one of the neatest things from my perspective of that, you know, in this case, I mean, I've been making my notes of how to donate. Not everybody can. So sometimes it's how can we, you know, share kindness without having to worry about whether or not we can, you know, pay our own bills or take care of our families and stuff. And so this type of event really just parallels very nicely with one of our cornerstones as an organization of you know, doing that random act of kindness to make the world a better place. And we actually just love the Texoma community, Sherman, Denison, Durant. For everybody who, most people know, I have a house up at the lake, and it's amazing to me how much it has grown in the 10 years that I've been up there. You know, it's almost all bleeding together now between Sherman to Durant, and that's awesome. Man, that's good news for everybody up there from the standpoint of jobs and everything else, housing and so forth. So we're thrilled to be a sponsor.
Well, we're super happy to have you a part of it again. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, going back to your random acts of kindness, you know, you guys have been doing that now for 4 years. If you've noticed, there's been other businesses around the country that are jumping on this too as well. So you guys are like,
you're starting a trend.
Yeah.
It's funny how it was almost the same way with financial education, because we've been, like I said, we've been doing that for about 15 years and we do it for free. if you don't even have to be a member. If you're just in the audience and
Wow.
listening audience and you're going, hey, I want to, improve my credit score or do a better job of budgeting, we'll set up the appointments and do it with you. We don't charge you anything for it. Like I said, you don't even have to be a member. We're trying to make the world a better place and make each consumer's life a better place. The random acts of kindness, I think, just hits me a little closer to home. It's just one of those things that, something as simple as a smile and a thank you can do wonders for everybody's day. But we saw the same thing, Alan, where when we first did the financial education, about 3 or 4 years later, we started seeing everybody else start to try and, jump onto that bandwagon. And same thing with the random acts of kindness. So,
Well, we love it.
yeah.
The cool thing is we've tried to make it easy for people to donate to this particular event, right? So they could take their City Credit Union debit card and go online to any of those things, right? And we've made it so the minimum amount is $5. I mean, that's one trip through the drive-through. I mean, just to make a difference. And you'd be amazed. You can buy one of those throw blankets, right, for $5.
Right.
So that's all it takes. $5 right there with your debit or credit card or whatever, PayPal, Venmo, Apple Pay, Google Pay. I mean, what person even I have Venmo and PayPal, right? So there's so many different ways you can do it. Maybe you just have a little bit of cash sitting in one of those accounts. It'd be like $5. You don't have to donate $100. You don't have to donate $500. $5. Can you do that one time and not go through the drive-through one time this week? There you go. And you've done your random act of kindness to help us out for the Share the Warmth donation drive.
Right. I was kind of chuckling when I think I was offline when Alan was, or in the waiting room when Alan was talking about, opening the door to let the dog out and it's chilly and all that. And yesterday morning was my first, okay, I need to put on the socks and where is that blanket that needs to go on the couch? So I can definitely relate to what we're doing here. And I think it is cool that, even when we've done shoe drives and all that, people forget about the socks, and yet they're a huge part of keeping our bodies warm. So,
and we were able last year with the donations we got were amazing. They were able to. I mean, I don't know what kind of voodoo that the Texoma Family Shelter managed to do, but I mean, they got a lot. Like I knew how much we had donated, right? And the amount of blankets and socks, I was like, Did they, are they like gremlins? Did you pour water on them and they just like sprouted up new blankets and socks? It was amazing the amount they were able to get with the amount that was donated. And that's why we raised our goal this year, because we're like, you know what, after that February storm that came through last year, chances are we're going to need more people that need this and more people who think about it this year that, you know what, maybe I need blankets and socks.
Right. Well, I mean, you think about the cost of raising a family, and as prices go up, it's harder and harder to make sure if you've got young children, making sure that your children have the socks and shoes and everything that they need. So I can't fathom. I hate being cold, so I cannot fathom being cold. Particularly when you think about last February and how extreme cold it was. To think about people that did not have a shelter to live in was scary.
Yeah, I mean, my kids lost their apartment because it got flooded because the pipes burst, right? So they ended up having to come stay with us for quite some time during that. I mean, luckily, but luckily, think about all the people who didn't have someplace like that to go.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have parents they could go move in with. They didn't have someplace they could go, but they still needed to stay warm. They still needed the blankets and socks, and so. I think about those people as we talk about the Share the Warmth donation drive this year. And that's why we upped our goal. We need more people to make those donations. And you can see the names of the people. I've added some of the donors that we've had so far. Of course, our main sponsors, City Credit Union, there with the website if you want to visit and find out more about their services and products that they have. And then, of course, to the actual people who've donated through Give Butter already so far. And I put in there on purpose so far because we need more, right? We want more. Sharon Lance, we want to thank Sharon, Chad Brewer, Betty Mollenauer, and Jan Barron, all for making donations so far to our Share the Warmth donation drive. Of course, there's a lot of people out there that are like, great, we're really happy that a lot of these folks are making donations, but what if I don't have the money to donate, but I need blankets and socks? So, Zach, why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, so the drive-through distribution event is going to be coming up on Wednesday, November 10th. And just based off of the response we have gotten so far and the momentum we've gotten for the Share the Warmth donation drive, so far this year. This is going to be a pretty big event, I feel. Wednesday, November 10th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or until we run out of everything. And I think last year we weren't even there that long because most of the items were already gone, and there was just a few things there. But this year it's going to be in a different location. Last year we were at a church nearby the Texoma Family Shelter. This year we're actually going to be at the Texoma Family Shelter. That's 331 West Morton Street in Denison. And it was so great, and they had everything. The Texoma Family Shelter had these tables set up. There was a table for socks. There was a table for blankets. And we were basically taking these blankets that were rolled up, and we were throwing them as hard as we could into the vehicles. Actually, we weren't doing that. We were just handing them to folks. But that's the thing is, and that's
you wanted to. You wanted to do that. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Here's the deal. You donate today, whatever amount it may be, November the 10th, you're going to change somebody's life.
Yeah. Seriously, there's folks that they drive up and they need blankets and socks to stay warm this winter. And I know we keep going back to the February Ice-Mageddon that we had, but we go back to it because we hope that these folks aren't out in the cold that we see that come through. But we need Texoma's help because we want to get the word out there about the drive-through distribution event. You may know somebody that is struggling to stay warm in the wintertime and go, hey, you need to go by and see, Sharon, Zach, Angela, Alan, Dave, everybody that's going to end up being there on this date, because we want to make sure that you stay warm. So if you could, please consider making a donation today, because we'll have this drive-through distribution event. These folks don't even have to get out of their vehicle. We're going to make sure that they stay warm this winter.
And it was so, organized last year. It's just, that's why we call it a drive-through event, because you don't have to get out of your car. You just drive through. They take your name and stuff just so they can keep track of who's come through. And then, how many do you need? How many blankets do you need? How many pairs of socks do you need? And as long as we have enough, we'll keep giving it on until it's out. And that's what happened last year. We want to make sure as many people. Now, I also want to bring up, because I think we all have a few stubborn people in our family tree, right? The aunts and uncles, the parents or the grandparents who are always, what do they say? Oh, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm fine. And they're not. They need blankets. They need socks. So maybe you go through the drive-through event to get them stuff because they're never going to go out and get it themselves. So you go through the drive-through event and you get those blankets and socks for those people in your family that they're a tad bit stubborn and wouldn't admit it that they need it.
Yep.
It's a great idea.
Yeah. So let's go over one more time, shall we? The ways to donate.
Yeah, let's do that. You can text the code STW2021 to the phone number that you see on the screen right there. Of course, that's Share the Warmth 2021, STW 2021 to 202-858-1233. And the donation link will pop up right there on your phone.
Yeah, another way link right there. It's the Give Butter one that it sends you.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. givebutter.com/share the warmth 2021 is the official campaign site for the 2021 Share the Warmth donation drive. You can donate right there. And then another way you can donate is just using the Give Butter form that we have up on our website, 931kmkt.com, madrock1025.com, and 975klak.com. And what you can do is just go to those websites, click on Share the Warmth. You'll see the City Credit Union logo. You'll see the Texoma Family Shelter logo, and it'll say Share the Warmth. Click on that. All this information is right there for you to be able to donate.
Yeah, and all those different payment types. You want to go over those, Alan?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Dave. I'm scrolling through my phone. Oh, you got it right there on the. Okay, perfect. I keep looking because I got all my notes over here. Give Butter, of course, debit, credit cards, right? PayPal, Venmo. I love that. The Venmo thing, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Microsoft Pay. I think that's all covered, right? Different ways to pay.
Yeah, different ways to do it.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, whatever you can do.
Sharon, thank you so much for City Credit Union being a part of this.
Yes.
This is
awesome.
You
bet. It was good to see all your faces.
Yeah,
it's just been so long since I've seen you guys. So
it's been a while, yes.
And I've already made my notes, and I'll be making my donation shortly.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Thank you for doing it.
Yeah. And then again, that drive-through distribution event, Zach, you want to cover that again?
Yeah, it's going to be Wednesday, November 20th or November 10th. Excuse me. Good gosh. I need another cup of coffee today, I think. Wednesday, November 10th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. while supplies last. This will be at the Texoma Family Shelter, 331 West Morton Street in Denison. And let me just say one thing. We talk about Sharon Moore and how not only she talks the talk, but she walks the walk. Angela Sharp with the Texoma Family Shelter is the same way. They're one of those folks that you kind of get them involved in something and anything regarding the community. They're just like, boom, we got it. Let's roll. And they just take care of it and just very, very about the community. And so thank you to Angela and her crew over the Texoma Family Shelter. We're so excited to be able to help those folks out because I do know that they help folks get back on their feet over at the Texoma Family Shelter. So they're incredible to work with, like Sharon and her staff at City Credit Union. So remember, website for all this information, okay? 931kmkt.com, 975klak.com, and madrock1025.com for the 2021 City Credit Union Share the Warmth donation drive. Please, folks, if you can, make a donation today to make sure that our neighbors here in Southern Oklahoma and North Texas stay warm this upcoming winter.